Um, there's been a lot of impact with reference to H1Bs, mainly in October of last year. um, Biden published a modernization rule, and parts of it was implemented this year in 2024. So they implemented the part with reference to the lottery. So they changed the lottery this year, and they made it so that beneficiaries who file more than one registration will be counted only once. So that was a major change in the H1B lottery process. And the rest of the regulation is still pending. And AILA has been, actually, I just saw recently a post from AILA saying that they have urged the Biden administration to finalize the rule on modernizing H1B regulations, H1B laws. And we're hoping that we will see something before the administration leaves to give way for the new administration, but let's see what happens. But this modernization of H1B requirements regulation is published in the Federal Register, and they're waiting for the comment period. As I said, only part of it was implemented with reference to a couple of parts with reference to duplicate registrations, and also with reference to another registration policy. So if people file registrations using some kind of a fraud, then USCIS is able to now go after them and will cancel their registrations. And if they file, like for example, registrations for a person more than once, so if they do two registrations for the same person, then they will cancel that registration. So they've put in more regulations and formalized that rule that will allow them to then cancel those registrations. With reference to the pending law, there is a lot that has to be done. First of all, they are finalizing some things with reference to the definition of specialty occupation. They're allowing for a wider range of degrees to qualify for a particular position, and that was a big hindrance for filing H1s in many positions. So some positions might open up for a specialty occupation, which previously USCIS would not approve those positions. Just to maybe give you a few systems analysts and some others IT related, maybe computer programmer as well. Other IT related positions which have a lower salary range. And previously, these jobs could not be approved, or these H1s could not be approved because the job required a bachelor's degree in, say, computer science or engineering, and they said that engineering was too broad a degree, and now they're refining that to kind of give us a better understanding of what is a specialty occupation and what is not. Also, there were some regulations with reference to F1 Cap Gap status. Now, presently, the F1 Cap Gap will be valid only until October 1st, or the approval of the H1. They have decided to extend that to the next year, the next lottery season, the next cap season, April 1st. So if a person is, the cap gap is basically if the person was on a particular status when the H1 was filed, they continue to be in that status even though their OPT might have expired, or maybe they finished their school, but they continue to artificially be in that status so that they don't have to extend that if there are any delays in their H1B. We saw under the Trump administration increased denials of petitions. They went up by 24%, and the RFE rate was in fact 60%. But in 2024, we have seen really lower denial rate of less than 2% to 2% or 3%, and even an RFE rate has been much lower in 2024. So that is really a good movement going forward. Also, we are worried about what will happen in the future because, as I said, there is lot that might happen under restrictive salary requirements, increasing the requirements of the salaries under the Trump administration. So again, the whole idea is to try to get the Biden administration to finalize the regulation that they have for H-1Bs, so that it'll be much more difficult than for the Trump administration, remove that or make changes to the regulation moving forward. So that's a little bit about what happened in 2024 under Biden.
Yes, we saw a lot of changes and good changes, I think we can say, no, Prashanti?
Yes, yes.
Yes, the beneficiary centric H1B petitions as well. So, very much to keep in mind. Some major changes, actually. Yes. Thank you for highlighting them, Prashanti.